Hello everyone, welcome back to Pointer Technology. As we explained in the earlier video about the ETS and how you can create your group addresses, the typologies, how you structure your buildings, how you can add devices from the catalog, or you can import it. If in case that the file is not available online, you can import download from the manufacturer website, and you can import inside the ETS. So continue to our videos, we'll use the same example to demonstrate a bit about the lighting control system, how you can commission the light control system. So we'll open our villa, which we call it Omar Villa. Always go to the workplace. I need only two things, the building and the group address here. In the building we have already import our devices. If earlier you remember, one room controller from the online catalog, and in our automation DB we have the switch actuator and we have the dimmer. So back to our old video, if you can remember, or I don't know, and actually you might need to go back and watch that video. So in the bedroom we have a toilet light, it's on off light, so we can just, here you can in each and every device in the KNX we have something called objects. These are actually the objects of the devices. Always you can go to the parameter to see, like for example, this is 8 channel actuator. We have all the 8 channels. You can set all the parameters of all of the 8 channels. It's a dimmable. Either you can make it slow or you can make it fast. You can make how many steps has to go for the dimming. You can select either to have a feedback or no feedback if you want to make an alarm. So all the set of the objects you can actually edit here from the parameters. And the same thing for the actuators. We have an actual here is 8 channel actuators. Each and every channel you can go to the parameters. You can choose whether you can want to make a feedback. You can use a staircase timeline. If this is usually used for a staircase, if you want to make like if you don't have a separate timer. So if someone opens the light after a certain period of time, the light will go off. We'll maybe give some example about this one in later videos. So in our case, if you remember, we have spotlights, dimmable. We have a chandelier in the bedroom, it's dimmable. We have the toilet lights on off, and we have the closet lights on off. So we'll go to the actuator. We'll go to parameter, channel 1. We need the feedback. We'll make feedback is fine. We don't need any alarm, no staircase. Same thing for the channel 2. Then in the group object, what we need to do is we can rename and give a description. Actually, channel 1 is used for what, channel 2 is for what type of light and where exactly. So later on we can easily do our linking. So basically KNX is just an objects. You link them through a group addresses. So you have objects, and multiple objects, whether it is from the, let's say, the dimmer, switch actuators, maybe a curtains, objects. Then how you can make this object communicate by linking them through a group addresses. That's why we have create here a group address. Later on you'll see how, and maybe in a few minutes I'll explain to you how you can link them. So in the switch actuator here, because it's on off light, the first light we want is we'll just, you click on the description part, and you can write here, this is bed. For example, this is bed 1, toilet on off. And instead of typing again, you can, if you're lazy enough like me, you can just copy this. You go again here to the, go to the actuator, and the on off info. You can select here on off. I can write status and right click, double click or anything, anywhere click. So you see here that channel 1 on off is for bedroom 1, toilet on off, and it's with the feedback. So channel 2 we want to use for the closet. You just click here near the descriptions. So we can just make here same, bed 1, closet, off, Okay, the mouse, sorry, it's already gone down because you have given the descriptions. In the feedback, the same, you can just make bed 1, bedroom 1, close it, on off, status, and okay. So you see here we have renamed all this part. So let us try to create the group addresses to link this first light. So we'll go to our group address in the ground floor, since we are here in ground floor, and the lighting mid address. We'll click add the group address. You can now start creating your group addresses. What we have here is we have the bed 1. Same here, you can write also bed 1, toilet, on off. You can name any name you want actually, but for the easy understanding, this name is not, you can even leave it empty, but for your, the purpose of easy understanding, and you can monitor the group through the telegrams. You understand actually the system is working or not working. Better to keep the description, synchronized between the group addresses and your description all over, all the project commissioning. So if you want to add the status group address, you can just right click add here, and then when it's come, you can just space. I'll make it here this one, status. Again here, this is not a toilet, so what I need is bed 1. What we said here is a bed 1, close it, on off. You can add another group, on off, status. So if you click OK, you'll see that the 4 group addresses already came here. What's left for me now, I have to link the object of the switch actuator to the group addresses before going to the keypad part. So in the switch actuator, you select the switch actuator here. You go to the channel 1. Channel 1, we see that is a toilet on off. So you can drag this one, bring in the toilet on off. You want to have a clear view, you can just click here. You see which device is linking to. Toilet status, you can go here to the object again, drag and drop here. We have the closet on off. So which one is the closet on off? Is channel 2, this one. The object, drag here. The status, okay, on off status. Actually, on off status is like a feedback, you understand whether the light is working or not working. So we done the part of the actuators. We have put our descriptions, we have create group addresses, we link the object of the actuator with the group addresses. Before going to the room controller, we might want to check this one whether it's working or not working. So if you remember in my previous video, I asked you to download the KNX Virtual software, which is an amazing tools for a beginner or someone who want to really practice his or want to prepare his testing commissioning programming before going to the site, and you have to check left and right. So you want to be ready before you go there, which is KNX actually provide an amazing tools. So we'll go to the KNX Virtual. You can download it actually if you want to understand from where you need to download. Go back to my previous video. Here no need to worry much, just click OK. In the KNX Virtual you have multiple devices. So each and every device has a D0, D1, D2 for the, so when you download this, when you add the devices from the KNX association to your file, you will see here, like for example, the switch actuator is right D7. So if I need to upload and test here, I have to select where is the D7. So here is a D7. So normal in the KNX in the field, you will see each and every KNX device has a programming button. We call it programming button. So you need to click the programming button. It will turn to red, and actually this is exactly what you need to see there in the actual site. The D20 is used as my the interface between it's acting like either as a USB interface between your PC and the field devices, or on direct IP gateway. So this is ready. What we need to do here, we can come to our software. You can select which media you want to communicate with the devices in the field. We'll select the KNX Virtual. Now you're linked to the KNX Virtual, and you see here that device number 7 is in programming mode. You can come here, select the pending operation. You can see when you have done. So you have to just click on the D7, which is the switch actuator, right click, go to download. You have multiple options. You have download all, just mean you will download the address, you will download the entire application. Partial download used for devices that already commissions, maybe some small part you have done modification and you want to download that part only. Or you just want to start with individual address, you want to download it, or you want to override the individual address of the device, or you want to just download the applications. I really don't know some problems with the partial download I found in this release version of the KNX Virtual. So what we'll do is we'll download all. See here, it will give you the status, and at the same time you can see the device start blinking. The address is already written. Now it's transferring the application. Well, sometime it will tell you it's failed. This is one of the problems that I already seen. We'll go back again, download all. Okay. Quite strange. I'll reset everything. So we have D7 is actually the actuator. Go back here, download all. Quite strange. Now it's done. So there are some some small bugs or something with the release of this KNX Virtual, but you don't need to worry. Actually, this kind of thing you might face in the site also many times. So the device now here installed, means programmed. You can see your address is matching the same address. You want to view the device, go to the base. You can see that D7 is already over here. You want to test whether this is working, not working. You want to make sure what we have done now. So basically what we have programmed is we programmed 2 channel 1 and channel 2. Channel 1 for the toilet, and channel 2 it will be used for the closet. So we'll go to the diagnostics if you want to just test your programming before uploading to any keypad or anything. So you click on the group monitor, start. We'll go to group address. You can select which one you want to test. We want to test the bed toilet. You see here you have an option. You can make it either on or off, and you can understand also what type of data point you're dealing with, whether it's 1 bit, 2 bit, 4 bit, or it is 1 byte. So on off is actually 1 bit, so we'll make it on, but I want to really make it little bit so D7 is over here. I hope you can see. We need to write the command. So after selecting the group address and all this part, it remains for us to so here we have either it's on, off, or on. We'll make it on. So right, it's like you already sent the telegram, So you see the light is already on. You can make it off. You can go to off and then right to give an off. You want to see the status, whether the light is working or not working. You remember we have this group address. We can put this group address, select and read. We don't want to write anything because we want to know the status. So if you read, it will give you 0 actually. We can go back to the, let's say that select the closet light, and you want to make it on. You can make the close light on, which is channel 2 if you remember. You can make it again off, and the status actually you get the feedback whether it's on or it's off. So now for the on-off light is fine. What we need to do is we need to program our keypad to operate with this on-off light. We'll go back to the villa. We have the room controller here. You see here that is written for you from D1 to D24. We'll use D22 in our case. So what we'll do is I'll try to make channel 1 switching, channel 2 switching. So you see here that channel 1 you can actually organize this one here. Just click on numbering, it will be organized for you. So channel 1 and channel 2, I'll use them for the toilet. So in channel 1 you can actually rename it here. They will use bed 1 toilet. Channel 2 would use for bed 1 closet. These things are just important for your own, troubleshooting and feature, So an easy link the group. So these objects, what we need to do is we need to link it with the toilet on-off, and the second button of the keypad, which is the channel 2, we'll link it with the closet on-off. Actually here we don't need a feedback, because our keypad itself doesn't have any feedback feature to display LED light or anything to link it with the status. So directly you can just link with the command, because it's just a feedback. We have done this part, so don't forget, after you're doing this one, you have to go right click, download all. You see the ETS will keep waiting for the device. Will give the instruction that press the programming button. We'll go here, you remember, to our KNX Virtual view, go to device topology. I'll use device 22. So I'll just put the device 22 in programming modes. Okay, it's programming now. And done. So now we'll go back to the room. You see here in device number 22, you have these buttons are being programmed, okay, for making the devices to make the light on off. So if you just make the first device on, you see here that the toilet light now is on. You can make other light on, which is the closet lights. You can make it off. So remember, before we are sending the telegram through the ETS, but now this is actually like a real keypad you have in a room, and you can control your light separately. You can see the feedback of the light. So 2 light on off part is done. We have linked it with the keypad. Now what's left for us is to program the dimmer. So we'll select on the dimmer. Again, we'll go to the parameters. We have channel 1. We say that we want to, in the beginning, I'll make it for you slower. Let's see how the act of the slower is. I need the info for the on off and plus the dimming value. That's fine for me. Channel 2, same. I'll keep it also slower just to show you later what's the difference between the slow and fast. The setting of the parameters is done. I'll go to the group object. You see here in the group object you have the channel 1 on off. You have the dim control, which is 4-bit. You have the dimming value, always will be on 1 byte. In some of the KNX keypad controllers, they support the 1 byte dimming. However, some of them, they just work with the 4-bit dimming. So you need to understand which objects that are available in the keypad. So accordingly, you can link. So that's why most of the dimmer, it has both of the objects, whether it's a 4-bit or it's a 1 byte, for the easiness of the integrations and control, and even some of the visual software, they work in a different manner. But you need to understand, actually, you can control through 4-bit or through 1 byte. You can change the description if you want. So we can just here put this one bait 1 which light we are working on. We have the spot. Okay, we can make it on off. Then the second one, you can make it bit 1 dim. Okay, so we can make it bit 1 value to give you in percentage. You want to make this one also, sorry, bit 1 off status. But we forget one thing here. We need to, because all of them are in bit 1 actually, you have to put the type light, which is a spot dim, sorry, dimmer. So over here we have the spot value, same thing here, you want to make this part, you can make it actually, but for just for your for your understanding, you want to be more professional and for easy troubleshoot. Even let's say that another engineer came after you to take care of the project or to troubleshoot, it will be things will be easier for him. I know some people, they don't take care of the things, they can just go straight forward to the linking of the group addresses with the objects. But here at the end, it depends how organized you are. For the second one, okay, this will be bit 1. We have to mention the light type is spot. This is a dim value. So dim, I don't want to make I can just write dim also, dim feedback. Okay. So we are done here for the first light, which is the spotlight. The second channel we'll use for the chandelier. Sorry, we need to use for the chandelier. So bit 1 channel dim, maybe we don't want to on off. You can copy this one for the easy. Go bit 1. This is a chan instead of on off. I believe typing is much faster than pasting sometime. This will be dim. Sorry, this will be dim. So this will be also bit 1 chandelier. You can abbreviate, you can write anything you want, then this will be value. Okay, we have bit 1 chandelier OnOff status, and you can put here also the bit 1 chandelier dim feedback. So we are done. Always be patient, do this part for the you have a proper programming. So we have done the group address, the objects descriptions and all this part. We know that we have 2 type of light and dimmable. However, we need to link it with the group address, so always you have to come back here to the meet group address, right click, add group address. We just need to just bit 1, we have a spot on off, the same we have to create this on off status. Always we'll go to bit 1 spot dim. This is a 4-bit just dim, then spot value, this is a 1 byte. We have the spot dim, okay, feedback. Okay, you want to create, okay, we can go channel by channel so we don't get confused. So we'll start with the bit spotlight on off. We have the spotlight on off. We'll just drag a link. We have the on off status of the channel 1. Always look at channel 1 info. This is the status. Dim with the 4-bit. Value is a 1 byte, which is channel 1 value. Just drag it. You have the feedback, which is the feedback here, what we have, right, the description. So you see here the group addresses has been selected, description is there. So later on in the telegram you'll have a complete in the diagnosis you'll have a complete telegram with the, all the descriptions, the source, the group addresses, trigger from where. You see here it gives you all the details, what time exactly the telegram was received, what is the source address, okay, what is the source name. You have the group descriptions, you have the description name, so you know that this is bedroom class status on off. So you have proper a view of your tools of the program, so you can diagnose easy. We are done here with the first slide. So what we need to do is we need to add the chandelier, group addresses for chandelier. So we'll go here bed 1 is chan on off. Then you can make chan on off status. You can add here the chan dim. This will be, instead of dim, will be value. Then will be dim feedback, and we are done. So you go back here, you'll see that group addresses has been added here. We have the chandelier on off. So where is the chandelier on off? We have chandelier on off here. On off status will be the info, 1 bit always. Dim is the 4-bit, we see it earlier, and we have the value and the feedback. We are done. See here, beautifully we link all the group addresses of the dimmer. So what's remaining for us, we need to download the program to the dimmer. So you see here it's written D0. I'll go back to my KNX Virtual. We'll go to View. You have device topology. So D0 is here. So we'll select, keep it in programming mode, right? So in the side you will tell some of your colleague to go there and press the programming mode, or maybe if you want to pre-program in your office or somewhere. So we'll click and right click on this, downloads all. I'll keep the monitor, it restarting the device. Voila, so the device download is finished. You can go to the view, to the base. I have the D0 here, so let us test some of the features that we have, this program that we have done. You can clear this actually. I'll go to group address. What I want to test is I want to test chandelier on off. So the chandelier, we say that of the dimmer is chandelier is channel 2, I believe. So we'll make, instead of off, we'll make it on. So if you go back to the ETS here, you see the KNX Virtual, you see channel 2 is, because it's dimmable, it's 100% dimming. So I want to, let's say that I want to really test the dimming. So you can go here to the chandelier, dim value. You have the percentage here. So you want to keep it into 60%. You write the telegram. It's already, see here the light start getting darker of the bulb. You can make it 30%. sorry. And we can test also the other light, which is we have the spotlight on off, so we can make it on. See, channel 1 now is on 100%. You want to dim up, you can do the same. You can dim down, it's up to you. You can go to the value. I want to keep this one into maybe 15% the minimum, 14% actually. So you can increase the dimming, you can make it to a certain value that you want to keep the light. So this part is done. Now what's left for us is if you know that here in the room, go back to the room, our keypad only it's having the normal light on off, but for this dimming bulb it doesn't have any button that will control this. So we'll go back to the ETS room controller, go to the parameter, channel 1 already used, channel 2 use. What I'm going to use is the keypad, which is the keypad number 3. I'll keep it, instead of switching, I'll keep it dimming. And channel 4 also, instead of switching, I'll keep dimming. So you see here you have channel 3 on off, and channel 3 you have the dimming. Same thing you can do here. This will be bit 1 spot on off, and this will be bit 1 spot dim, bit 1 chandelier on off. You can make here bit 1 chandelier dim. So you see here this keypad is dimming into 4 bits. So when you try to link the group addresses, you need to be you need to take care of this part. So we'll go back to the bedroom 1. We have the spotlight. The spotlight on off is here. On off is actually, it's a normal it's spot on off life is 1 bit, so we don't have a problem. We have here the dim, which is 4 bit. So you see here, if I try to keep this one in the value, spot value, you see ETS will give you an error, because the objects is not matching. So what you need to do is you need to select and keep it where into the dim, spot dim, which is 4 bit. It's already linked. We need to link the chandelier on off. You want to keep the dim of the chandelier on off. So this device is done. We have done some changes, but I'll try to do with a partial download. Let's see. We'll partially download the keypad. It's finished wonderfully. We'll go back to our keypad. Yeah, it's work great. So you see this keypad, the first keypad will be used for the spotlight. If you want to dim down, you can just keep pressing. See here it's moving, dimming down. The light start dimming. You can dim up. The light in your, you can see in the upper corner. You can dim down the chandelier light. You can dim up the chandelier light. You see here how slow it is. It's very slow, and surely your customer will start, complaining and freaking. So what you need to do is you can change actually the speed of the dimmer. You go here to the dimmer, go to the parameters. You see in channel 1 we make it slower. Let's make it faster. Here also let's make it faster. And download partially, because already this has been programmed. We'll go back to our KNX Virtual now. You see now things are faster. sometimes 100 times better to keep the full application download. Go back to the base just to update here. You see here how fast it is. Now it's become very fast. Then same time you are actually controlling from the keypad. If you see here in the ETS file, go to the diagnostics, which is I've already the diagnostics ready. I'll just try to clear this, so you can see actually is lively. You can monitor if somebody, you want to troubleshoot, if somebody making the light on off. Sorry, I just make this light off. You see you have in the keypad in the KNX monitoring, it's showing there. Let's say that again somebody let's say somebody turn off the other light. You can see that's the status. You want to dim down all the dimming values. You can see here what is the set value of this dimmer, exactly how many percentage. You can monitor all the actions that actually you can keep one press to make this light off. If a single press for the keypad will make the light on, can make the second light off, all the light off. This part is actually just as a small demo, but however, let's say that I want to add and I know that the video has become a little bit long, but let's say I want to add one button in the keypad, which is, let's say, button number 5 as a master on off. I can do that one actually. You can either create one group address and link all the actuators here, or another way I'll tell you how you can do is, this is the actuator. I will try to link all the toilet lights. Yeah, better to create the all light on off, better, it's a good method, all lights on off. So the all light on off group address is created. I'll link this button. I'll go to my dimmers. This is channel 1 on off, channel 2 on off. We have the dimmer, channel 1 on off. I'll keep here, channel 2. Where is channel 2 on off? Channel 2 on off. Done. So I'll just try to download better download applications, because it's partial. Sometimes it has small bug in the done. We'll go to our, so you see here the button number, this is the button has been added, number 5. Lights are on, off. You can make all the light on, you can make all the light off. For instance, if some light are on, you can make just with one click all the light off. You can return back to the same light. So many things actually you can do with the KNX. You can do a little bit research. You can understand how you can play with the KNX Virtual. Will help you to do a lot of experiment without having a cost of real materials. You don't need to invest on license. You can use up to 5 devices actually for your own practice. It's more than enough. And I hope this video was useful. And I know it took a little bit time, but I hope that someone can learn something from it. Stay tuned. Bye bye.